The short answer is yes, you should. Because I'm a financial advisor by trade, right? I'm licensed. I hold about 8 different types of licenses. I've managed millions of dollars of assets under management. I've made a lot of people money, made a lot of people rich. And one of the reasons why I got into Pokemon was because one day sitting in my office, right, typing away, click, 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 in a market correction when the market was down, and people are desperate and calling me like, "Hey, the market's gonna crash. I'm gonna pull my money," and I'm like, "No, no, no, relax, relax." An article came out from the Wall Street Journal. Now we read the Wall Street Journal like it's Time magazine, right? It's serious, but it's just, there's a lot of certain things. But this particular article captured my attention because it said the return on Pokemon is up 45%, 100, 200% year to date compared to the S&P 500. So the S&P 500 is the top 500 companies in the United States is here, and Pokemon outbid them, beat them by almost 100%. Now, I always knew that there was money in collectibles, right? You gotta be someone who doesn't understand the world to not believe there's money in collectibles. There's a lot of money in collectibles. It's an appreciating asset. And those are the things that they teach us. There's 5 appreciating assets: insurance, homes, right? Stocks and bonds, collectibles, and commodities. Those are assets that you buy, you hold, and they appreciate over time. This is a collectible. So collectibles have value. The demand, it goes up. The more rare, the more expensive, and you can sell it off. Now, but collectibles are one-off things, like a Rolex watch, like an artwork. But when the Wall Street Journal brought this article out about how the Pokemon in itself, and whoever invested in Pokemon, their return on investment, their ROI, was 100x. And I'm here sitting trying to give my clients 8% at best, sometimes 20 if they're like real daredevils, but on average 8%, and that's a great year. I said, yo, there's something here. And I started looking into it. And as I got more into Pokemon, I realized that the secondary market of TCG is specifically TCG because Pokemon is big, right? You got toys, you got clothing, you got video games, you got cartoons, but specifically the TCG, which means trade card game, TCG, Pokemon trading card game. There's a lot of money in it. Not only is there a lot of money in it, the demand is high. There's a big, massive demand for these cards. And the market is huge, not only locally in the United States, but internationally, not just domestic, but international, worldwide, especially for different types of cards, English, American, and so forth. And when I started studying it, and I realized that Pokemon, the secondary market of the Pokemon industry in TCG, is very similar to stocks and the financial markets. I was like, whoa, I was blown away. I understand this because I understand the markets. The market is very simple: supply and demand. That's all the market is: supply and demand. And you want to buy assets that appreciate over time. And everything in between doesn't matter. The ups and downs doesn't matter because where you start to when you're going to sell 10 years, 5 years, or whatever amount from now, if the asset appreciates, you're good. And that is what this is. So, will Pokemon crash? No. No, ladies and gentlemen. No. I just showed you a 20-year-old car that I just bought. It's surviving the test of time. 30-something-year-old company. Pokemon has found $1 billion industry. Do you think $1 billion industry is just gonna end just in Pokemon cards in itself, not including the movies, the merchandise, the toys, the shirts, the cartoon, the anime series, the video games, not including none of that. Look, I just bought these from my childhood, from the 90s. You know how much I paid for these? A piece of plastic. Doesn't matter. It's the intellectual property here. It's the nostalgia. So, will the Pokemon market crash? No, it's not going to crash, regardless of whatever you hear on the internet. And the reason why I say it's not going to crash, it's not because I'm like, Rudy or from Alpha Investments. I have millions and millions of dollars worth of merchandise in this. No, it's not because of that. It's not because I've been here for 10 years, 20 years, or my collection is massive. It's because I understand the financial markets. I understand the mentality and the psychology behind appreciating assets. And Pokemon has that. It is the same thing like the stock markets. And I am going to tell you how. I'm going to show you and I'm going to tell you how. Let's look at this Charizard right here. Okay? This is a tangible physical asset. This is better than cryptocurrency because it's tangible. I can go right now to South America and sell this to some rich kid, and he'll pay me more than $100 for this Charizard because he can't get his hands on it. I could go to Europe and do the same thing. I could go to India and do the same thing. I could go to China and do the same thing. This is a tangible collectible item. This is a collectible. Now, how is it similar to the stock market? Very simple. Think about each one of these cards as a share. Think about it as a share. Think about every single one of these cards as a share, as a stock. And think about each set as a company in that stock. Just to make it simple. I bought this one, share number 23 out of 170 from the set. And this is going to appreciate over time. I bought it for $40, $46, $100, depending. Let me show you some cards that I have. Some Charizard cards that I have right here. I bought them over time, and they appreciate in value. Like the stock market. Each one of these is a stock, a share in a company. Think about it that way. What's the share in this one? Obsidian Flames. That's the company. This is the share I bought. It'll appreciate over time. That's the way I see it in the financial market. If there's anybody from the financial markets that can, that is here, this is a legitimate investment, guys. There are hundreds of these cards everywhere, and the demand for this is impeccable. Now, will it crash? Supply and demand is the next part. When I live in the tri-state area, when I go out to try to get some Pokemon product, when I try to get these, because the only way to find these is if you buy it, if you find it from here, if you pull it from here. And there's different ones. There's packs, there's cases, there's ETBs, there's promo boxes, etc., etc. When I try to buy one of these at my Walmart, at my Target, there's none. There's nowhere to be found. They're sold out everywhere. When they restock, gone. Gone, gone, gone. And that's called, some people that go around, they scalp it, they buy it, and instantly they're selling it on Facebook Marketplace, trying to make a quick buck. They buy it for $4, $5, and they sell it for $8, right? So the other way I could buy this is in a card show, a card shop, on the secondary market, on eBay, on Facebook Marketplace. And when I pick them up and I rip them and I pay for these, I'm paid about $8, $9, depending on the set. The newer sets are cheaper. The older sets are going for $20 Like for example, 151, which is the original 151 Pokemon. You could be paying up to 50, 20. I'm sorry, about $20 for a pack. This is a Japanese pack. So when you rip them, on average, it takes 30, 40, 100, 1,000 packs to hit these big ones, these big chases. And once you hit the big chases, not all of them are perfect, printed in perfection. And that's what collectors like. Like, for example, this one right here is more heavy on the left side. It's not centered correctly, right? And this is a very extremely rare card. It has three stars. But when you get one, when you hit a rare one, and then when you hit a rare one that is it perfect, you can send it to a grading company and you make some money out of it. But if there's any imperfection, like in this one, this little tiny imperfection here, man, that little white, I got a 9. The value of this card goes down. But if it was perfect 10, the value of these go up. Scarcity. You have demand for the product, you have scarcity, and you have serialized, collectible, tangible asset. This is why the markets will never crash. The Pokemon market will never crash. Will it pull back? Probably. Probably. Will this go from $100 to 90, 95? Probably. Will it go back to $10? Never. Never. Because as these things go out of circulation and the Pokemon company stops printing the Black Star promos, or they stop printing Black Bolt, your stock in that set, in that company set, will go up. Because now there's even more scarcity. And Pokemon will keep printing and printing and printing and printing and printing, because it's $1 billion monster and it's generating them stupid money. So why would you ever stop? Yo, look how the eyes shine. Look at that. Oh shoot. Oh, that's cool. So in short, I don't think the market's going to crash, and that's the reason why I'm telling you as a financial advisor. I've lived crazy market crashes, and I remember everyone saying it's going to crash, the media and everything. But when you talk to the old timers, and when you ask people who have been in the market for more than 30 years, they're not even phased. And when I was at, when I first started in the financial industry and I saw my first crash, I panicked, right? I was like, yo, this is crazy. And I would hear the senior advisors talk to their clients like it was nothing, like a 40% drop, 36% drop was nothing. Now here, the markets do not go up 36%, but when they drop 36, 40%. And the last time that crash happened, I remember clients calling their financial advisors, their financial senior advisors, telling them, yo, well, not yo, right? This is my ghetto language, but telling them, hey, the market's crashed. How's my account looking? I think I'm going to take out some money. And these advisors telling them, nope, don't do it. Stay the course, stay the plan. It's going to go back up. And I'm like, yo, in a $500,000 account, $500,000 account, when you're down 46%, let me tell you, that 400,000 looks more like 200,000. When you're down 48%, it's bad. Like big numbers. Those are big numbers. And when I saw the industry close that year at negative 36 or negative 26%, and then bounce back the following year and then hit all-time records high for the next 5-6 years with pullbacks in between, any market crash at the moment, I'm just like, yeah, don't worry about it. Like, you could have a year that is down. You could have consecutive quarters that, the market is down, but eventually the stock market continues to go up and up and up and up. Never has it ever crashed back down to the 1920s. Like when people talk about the Great Depression, the financial collapse of the Great Depression. No one the prices never go back. Milk has never gone back down to 2 cents. Food has never gone down to $1 now, not even the McChicken, right? It's like things keep appreciating in value, and the cost of living keeps going up. And the same thing is going to happen to these cards. And if you're an investor, a long-term investor, yeah, if you're a scalper and you're just trying to buy this card today and sell it in a week, you probably won't, like I've bought cards that the value of them have gone down. I've bought slabs that the value of the slabs have gone down. Let me tell you about this card right here. I bought this card for $25. The card is worth $300. I won a contest and I was able to grade. This was the first card I ever graded. I was able to grade this card for free. It took 3 months to take it to PSA. I knew it was going to be a 9 because of the little imperfection that I guys showed you. But it was for free. It was a free grade, and they said, just do it. You'll protect your card and whatever. So now this card is a 9, is about $300, and it fluctuates in prices, 200, 300, but it's maintaining the value. And I haven't lost because I bought it for $20 back when the set had just come out. So if you're a scalper and I sell you this card for 300 and you're expecting this card to go up to 350 in a month or 2 months, maybe you'll lose there, and maybe you'll go crazy and say, there's a Pokemon crash and this and that, blah, blah, blah. But if that's not what you're doing and you're just holding this card for a longer term, then the value on it is going to keep going up, especially if you buy it cheap. So what's been my experience so far? Everything in this industry goes up in value. Everything in this industry goes back in value. When I first started, this card was $10 back in January. Right now it's $20. I bought it for $20, sealed. You still get it for $15. But if you grade this card and it comes back a 10, now you're looking at $160 and so forth. It used to be $95, a PSA 10, now it's $100. And that's the beauty about this product, that it keeps going up. What you need to do is find what people like. And in this industry, it could be anything, that's what's beautiful about it. It could be a Charizard, it could be a Pikachu, it could be a Snorlax, or it could be just a random Pokemon that nobody really thought of, and then all of a sudden it pops up, it just blows up. And that's what's beautiful about this, that it could be this card because it has a 25-year anniversary stamp and it's a V, and you can't find Vs anymore. It's a full illustration. You never know with Pokemon. That's why this industry is so freaking cool. And that's why I've learned to value all of these cards, because it's like the stock market. Have a good one, guys.